Eternity Outdoors is brought to you by Mouse Implement, your choice for farm equipment in Central Arkansas since 1944. Red Zone Apparel, functional comfort with style in mind. Heavy Shot, the pattern density breakthrough. G&H Decoys, a waterfowl tradition since 1934. Petit Jean Meats, taste the difference. A1 Pawn, serving Russellville since 1982. Eternity Outdoors is also brought to you by Austin and I are back in Kansas. We found a new group of turkeys that we hadn't hunted before. We got permission from the landowner and we were excited about getting out there and giving them a try.
Those jakes are strutting now.
After initially acting interested, these strutters didn't come in close enough for a shot. Austin and I stayed out there though. We ended up having a close encounter with a couple of jakes later that morning.
But he did have full fame. I don't think he does. No.
Since the forecast for the weather was pretty bad for the next couple of days, we decided to stay in one small area and see if we could catch some longbeards out in fields during the breaks in the weather. We went to one of our old trusty fields and we found a gobbler and some hens doing just that. Although this turkey gobbled pretty good from the roost, he didn't seem to be extremely aggressive. He did strut for us a little bit in the field, but he never did get completely fired up. Maybe it was the weather, but something kept this gobbler from committing to our Jake decoy. He headed out, and so did we before the storm hit.
When it comes to total protection, there's safe, then there's Browning Safe.
From the makers of Heavy Shot, the biggest development in waterfowl loads in a decade, Heavy Metal. Delivering 20% more lethal pellets on target than any conventional waterfowl load, with superior patterning and energy from Heavy Shot's patented technology. Available now and priced competitively with premium steel loads. More pellets, more pattern, more birds in your bag. Get the picture? Learn more at HeavyShot.com.
Petit Jean Meats, the official ham of the Arkansas Razorbacks, reminds you there's always something mouthwatering for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including Arkansas's favorite tasting hot dog, old-fashioned thick sliced bologna, hickory smoked and peppered bacon, jalapeno and cheese deer summer sausage, and new Heat and Eat beef chili. Since 1928, a name you can depend on for quality meats. Petit Jean Meats. Taste the difference.
Guys, if you're tired of buying decoys, the paint chipping off of them, brand new, they're leaking with water, you need to get G&H. These are the most durable decoy on the market. They hand paint them. The paint will last, it won't flake. They're made in the USA. You can literally pass this decoy down from generation to generation. This is the M4. Almost everybody's hunted over this decoy before, killed ducks over it. Looks really good, it'll hold up for you, as durable as it gets. I've actually even hunted over G&H decoys that had literally been run over by a truck. Couldn't tell at all. I'm telling you, they're strong as they come. Another one of my buddies has hunted with these since he was in junior high. He's married, got kids now with family. That's something he's gonna be able to pass down to his grandkids. And it's just cool to have another way to share the sport.
Red Zone Apparel. We dare you to trash our shirts. Our shirts can stand up to even the messiest fish. We've combined evaporative cooling, stain resistance, and UPF 50 patented technology. No silk screen cotton t-shirts here. Our shirts are lightweight breathable microfiber. Function, comfort, style. Red Zone Apparel.
During this part of the Kansas turkey season, I've got the gun, Brand's behind the camera. It's late May, it's hot, dry. These turkeys aren't coming out in the fields much, except mainly in the early morning, late afternoon. We ended up getting lucky. There's a few turkeys using the field we had permission for during the middle of the day. Well, when this turkey starts heading down the field, we're pretty much out in the wide open. We're on a levee with tall grass, so we had to just use what we had to work with. We just hunkered down and tried to figure out which way he was headed. Well, these turkeys were just feeding out into the cornfield next to this highway. You could tell they had been safe there most of the year. We used a little bit of calling and just waited it out on the levee to see if they were going to come in.
Working a little closer and closer. Wait, let him go. Good shot.
A little bit of calling we did in the shredder decoy we put on the levee ended up working out perfect for us. This turkey fed in right into shooting range and we ended up catching a break.
That was one stalk right there. Ended up paying off too. That's a good one. Woo. We think we stalked probably 200 yards at least. Crawling, bear crawling.
At least.
Well, we're not gonna sit here and talk about this real long, but as far as you can see down this little almost levee here, we crawled in the water. And it was about our 4th or 5th time set up on this turkey. We actually set up on him on the hill behind us, and part of the reason we didn't kill him is because the camera didn't get on him. So we were about to give up and head back and go look at another spot, and they came off the hill, and we didn't think it'd ever work, but we got behind this levee and just kept playing twister on both sides of it, and they even were about to go away. We started calling a little bit, and the hens started coming back to us, and it worked out perfect. But you just got to show you never give up.
Well, after I'd killed my first turkey, Brandon and I were on the move again trying to find new places to hunt. We'd been seeing this big flock of turkeys using a cornfield all year long. We finally found the landowner and he gave us permission, and so we were ready to hunt.
On this afternoon hunt, the weather got a little bit better for us. Austin and I decided to set up on a tree line where we thought these turkeys might come to roost. We picked the wrong edge of this field to be on, but our first trip on this property was definitely a learning experience. We got to see these turkeys fly up and you better believe we were going to hang around to try them in the morning. Eternity Outdoors is brought to you by Mouse Implement, Red Zone Apparel, Heavy Shot, G&H Decoys, Petit Jean Meats, A1 Pond. Eternity Outdoors is also brought to you by
Petit Jean Meats, the official ham of the Arkansas Razorbacks, reminds you there's always something mouthwatering for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including Arkansas's favorite tasting hot dog, old-fashioned thick-sliced bologna, hickory smoked and peppered bacon, jalapeno and cheese deer summer sausage, and new Heat and Eat beef chili. Since 1928, a name you can depend on for quality meats. Petit Jean Meats. Taste the difference.
Ever think a John Deere utility tractor was in your future? Then the future is now. For a limited time, a versatile 5D or 5E can be yours at the biggest savings in memory. You'll get a $1,500 bonus plus 0% financing for 60 months. Own a large acreage, hobby farms, and ranches. The 5D is the perfect fit. Or step up to a 5E for tougher chores. Either way, you save. But see your Deere dealer today. Offer ends April 30th.
Get great deals and service on legendary John Deere equipment. Stop by our dealership today.
We got in there that morning, slipped in there before dark, got a decoy out into the edge of the field, did a little bit of soft calling. Right off the bat, these turkeys were gobbling on the roost. They flew down in the field, and we were expecting everything to go just as that planned.
These two longbeards were headed straight into the decoys, but when this coyote entered the field, he ran every single turkey out of it. These turkeys were making a lot of noise, putting and running around. We decided to mimic their calls and to see if we could either get one of them or the coyote to come a little bit closer.
Well, we went ahead and harvested this coyote. We've always said that we'd eliminate predators any chance we get. Needless to say, it's making our trip look pretty bleak. It doesn't look like I'm going to get to fill my last tag. The rain's starting to set in. We're running out of time. We decided just to check one more field before we headed back to Arkansas. Well, Brandon and I pulled up to the field, and sure enough, there's a strutter out there. It started to rain a little bit, but we decided to take a chance and go ahead and give it a try. This Tom was out there putting on a show in the middle of this field. He had hens all around him. We ended up slipping out a strutter decoy, doing just a little bit of soft calling and just waiting it out. Well, we'd probably been sitting there 20 or 30 minutes. This turkey was just strutting in the field, not paying us any attention. We just sat still, and sure enough, this turkey saw the strutter decoy, and he started heading our way.
Where do you think he is there? Yeah, get ready. Go ahead and get ready. No, you're good.
Well, it's been a long 24 hours. Last night I came out of Walmart and Brandon was standing by the truck and said we're going to have a long night ahead of us. Ended up having to go inside and buy a compressor at Walmart and change a flat in Walmart parking lot. And last night, like we said before, we got in there and thought we had the perfect game plan. We didn't count the fact that coyote might walk in and spooked our plans for this morning, so we had to regroup.
Yeah, we had two coyotes actually come in on us yesterday afternoon, and we kind of saw them. We thought they were going to mess us up yesterday afternoon, but they didn't. And then we saw that one today and kind of didn't really think much of it. And then he ran all the turkeys out of the field, at least for a few minutes, and then he ended up coming after our decoys. And Austin decided he wanted to take him. I just gave him the okay there at the end. I wasn't sure if we needed to spook the turkeys out or not, but we took him. It's going to be good for him in the future anyway. And actually, some jakes actually flew down in the field afterwards, but I think all the longbeards were pretty much spooked out of the area. But we ended up getting on this one later this morning. He strutted out there for probably an hour or so,
At least.
and just put on a great show. Two hens with him, so ended up doing it for us.
Yep. It's just going to show you on this trip. Stay with it. We've been working hard to get these and ended up tagging out, and just be patient.
Yep.
Well, all the hard work and effort we put into it finally paid off. We hadn't had any luck hardly during the first part of the season. It had been raining on us. It was hot. It was miserable most of the time. But like I said, we just enjoy getting out there and hunting. And that kill is always just an added bonus to it. It just ended up being a great experience for turkey hunting.
Talk about a good show.
Well, God truly has blessed us with a beautiful earth to enjoy, and we believe heaven will be even better. The most important decision we've ever made is accepting God's free gift of eternal life. We'd love to share more about it with you. You can contact us on our Facebook, our email, or even on our contact form on our website. Thanks for watching the show, and we hope you enjoyed it.